To welcome if you new, forgiving your lateness. You streaming in your car, then let it ride. If you on the YouTube, like the video, subscribe. You are now tuned in to the TSP. You are now tuned in to the You are now tuned in. You are now tuned in to TSP.
Yes, sir. TSP episode 203. I'm your host, Bobby Hall, and with me, as always, that's young Dylan Savage. Dylan, how we doing this week, my man?
Oh, we're alive and well, Bobby. On the right side of the grass, as they say, not pushing up the daisies. So that's always good.
Yeah, take that.
But speaking of daisies, we're gonna have to go spot spray out there later today.
Speaking of grass,
that tall fescue, Bobby. I don't know what kind of grass you got over there in the over there in the north in the Genoa area, but I got that tall fescue, and the neighbors around here in the cul-de-sac, they have put the pressure on. And they started cutting their grass. I saw the lawnmowers firing up. Hearing it, especially working third shift, kind of hard to sleep when all that's going on. So the grass looked, I knew I needed to cut the grass, but it was fine. Like it could go a couple more days, maybe another week. And then the neighbors cut the grass, and it immediately made my yard look like shit. So we're going to have to go right into it, Bobby, head first. Going to have to get the tank filled up. I think it's bone dry. Usually kind of bleed out the lines and all that stuff. Get it winterized and put in the shed for this winter. But going to have to fire that baby up, hopefully with no issues, because the past two mowing seasons, I've had to fix something on the rider. And just hoping, fingers crossed, it fires right up and we can get right to business.
that's what I'm hoping for. I did not bleed my lines. I know you're supposed to, but I have this. I bought this bottle of shit that you just put a couple drops in there, and it'll clean the gasoline up and stuff, and that usually does do the trick. So, yeah, I'm with you, man. First start of the year, I'm hoping it just boots right up. But
Yeah.
we both know how my 2025 I guess 2024/2025 has gone. So, would not be a shock in the least if some shit went down. But
Some cartoon
yeah,
shit
today
can blow
and
up.
it feels early. Maybe it's not, but it feels early, man. I feel like I usually am not mowing till closer to May. But we did just get a shit ton of rain, so
Yeah.
the last couple weeks. So I guess that's awakened the grass. It does look. I do like seeing the green grass now because obviously last couple months or 4 months or so, it's brown, dead. It just looks like crap. But now, at least it's that nice vibrant green. I do love the smell of a nice mowed lawn, so I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm gonna put my my little Bluetooth headphones on. I think I bought those like 2 years ago. I think I've charged them once.
Well, you only use them for mowing, right?
Yeah, I mean, but still, it's like 40-ish minutes, each time.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm just happy. I'm a man who listens to all genres of music, but I think I only fire up the country music when I'm doing yard work.
I remember you said
Brings
that,
out my inner farmer. So
I just go. I'll probably find I don't know, podcast or something. That's what I usually. It's usually my move.
yeah, it depends on what I'm listening to. I really, but like I'll fire up some like Luke Combs.
Yeah. So I got that going. It's the quintessential Sunday, man. I woke up. I got the laundry going. I got the smoker lit.
Yeah.
And then I got my because I'm smoking a couple chuck roasts, brisket style. The poor man brisket. I'm very much looking forward.
Big fan.
To that Sunday dinner. I'm gonna do some loaded baked potatoes with that. I've got this green bean, this like crock pot green bean recipe that I've been doing the last couple times. That is incredible. With some bacon in there, onion.
Oh yeah.
A little beef broth. Let that sit in there all day, and then I'm gonna probably do. I got a little garden salad mix with all these has like a Olive Garden dupe, of their dressing. It tastes the exact same to me. So, yeah, man, it's gonna be a nice Sunday dinner. Before we're back to the Grizzy, and we're gonna get through this week, D'Lo, and then next Monday I'm off because you know what next weekend is. I mean, it is Easter, that's true, but also WrestleMania weekend, baby. It's a big weekend for your boy. So
they have it on the Easter weekend.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. Usually it's a little earlier than this. It used to be like first weekend of April. But yeah, this year they chose that weekend.
I can't believe it's WrestleMania already.
Night one's on Saturday, and then night two's Easter night. So
Crazy.
Which, by the time it starts, I'll have already, gotten done with all the Easter family stuff.
Yeah.
And
I felt like they just had it in Philadelphia not that long ago.
it was a year ago. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And now they're over there in Vegas, Legion Stadium.
Yeah, that's a nice spot.
Always is. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited. I'm very excited too for Easter because Dylan, Tuesday this week, your boy hit that 1 year mark.
Mhm.
The no sweets, no candy, and celebrated by getting some mellow cream, and quickly realized that like I'm a small sized ice cream guy now. I went and got a medium. I was like, dude, it's been a year. It just I got I got a cone in the cup because I do like having the cone, but I also like not having to fucking worry about the stuff dripping all over my wrists and
Yeah.
forearms. So I got I got sprinkles, and then I got the little chocolate crunch coat or whatever you call that. It was spectacular, but very quickly I realized I will not come close to finishing even half of this. So, and I think also I probably shocked my system, like what the hell's going on here? Where did all this come from? But no, the reason I'm excited for Easter is my mom makes the greatest chocolate chip cookies on planet Earth. I haven't had those in probably a year and a half. I would guess.
Yeah.
So, looking forward to having a few of those. But we're back on the train a little bit, D'Lo. But I think it's gonna be for special occasions only because
That's
I
good.
don't I don't want to do anything dumb. Like
Yeah,
candy every goddamn day and
it's like not being
crazy,
an
but
alcoholic and only drinking for social occasions.
yeah. Hopefully it doesn't go crazy, but that's the plan, man.
Good deal.
It's I'm
It's a
just
great accomplishment,
yeah.
especially
And like I said, and here's the thing, I've fully admitted a few times I'm here. I do take the little Ozempic jab, which does help with curbing some of the appetite and stuff, but at the same time, I've been eating a lot better because obviously, even though you're on Ozempic, doesn't mean like, okay, well, just because I'm not gonna be as hungry, I'm gonna go smash, 2 doubles in a fry or whatever, and or a small fry and then call it good. Like I during the week, I'm pretty much on a routine, and I very much enjoy the little Premier protein shakes, the little, especially the they got like a cake batter one, spectacular. I've been absolutely demolishing tangerines, the little cutie clementine tangerines, 2 a day. And then like for like snacking stuff, I'll have some peanuts, like some
you
spicy
let loose on the
peanuts.
weekends.
A little bit, but still not even anything like crazy. I'll have
No,
like
that
a regular
breakfast
like,
sandwich you
the
were just eating
breakfast
before the show.
sandwich. But that's all I'll have until dinner. Like I won't have lunch. That'll carry me through the entire day without a doubt.
Oh, so you're like your appetite has shrunk immensely. You're saying, as far as like consumption.
Yeah, because like before, I would eat that, and then after we got done here, not soon after that, yeah, I'm eating lunch, and then who the fuck, then yeah, dinner a few hours after that. But now it's just like I'll have a breakfast sandwich or two, and then yeah, I'll have dinner at night.
Yeah,
So, but I wrote my little post on Instagram like I could and should be doing a lot more. I want to start now that the weather's getting closer to breaking. I want to do some I want to take the dog for like walks and shit. 30, 45-minute walks, and then that'll make huge strides on that side of things, and then just continue to kind of be more conscious of what the hell I'm putting in my body, but at the same time, after like I said, on special occasions or something, like if there's a fucking chocolate chip cookie there, I'll eat the chocolate chip cookie. But I'm very proud of myself
I got you.
for going a whole year.
Connections. We got connections, as we already know with the previous guests we've had. You got connections to help you out with maybe even like if you want to get in the gym a little bit. You can work around the schedule and whatnot, and
that's
work 70 hours
like
a
the
week,
biggest obstacle, man. Especially people like, and you make it happen. So good for you. But
Not as
It's
much
just
as I would like,
work,
but
I work, 10 to 12 hours. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And then I just
even to like a
that's
little
why
home
like
gym.
I'll come home and then I want to do something like just walking with the dog and shit because that's only like 30 45 minutes and that's getting the body moving a little bit. And
Sure.
if the kids want to hop on the bikes too, so you can kind of kill two birds one stone there.
Yeah,
That'd be the perfect scenario. But
go from the BOB to the BTE.
but so it's gonna be a kind of a shitty segue from what we're talking about right now. But Dylan, last night I made a hell of a T-Bell dupe.
That's true. You mentioned that.
And it's something because I went and looked. So I don't really go to Taco Bell anymore because they're just so outrageously priced for what it is they offer. I don't really go there anymore. But I went and looked last night. I made crunch wraps last night at the crib. And if you go, at least the one by me, they're $6.49 a piece for crunch wraps.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. But instead, your boy's like, fuck it. I'm going to get the stuff and make it at the house. And it was probably per crunch wrap, I bet it was half price minimum.
I believe it. I believe it. They have those new crunch wrap sliders. They're like $6 for those two little things that are size smaller than my palm. It's like I can get them done in like 3 or 4 bites tops.
I haven't tried those yet.
Don't.
Our friends at Number 6 with Cheese tried it and they reviewed it and they said they were dog shit. So
yeah, they're just like, it's more tortilla than anything else. It's all wrapped up in that little thing, and then it's like, dude, I'd much rather just get the
however, sorry to interrupt, try the toasted cheddar street chalupas. Fantastic.
Good?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, here's what you were whipping up in the kitchen, right?
Yeah. Right there.
Oh.
So that's we got that in there, man. And let's load it up with the ground beef there. That's probably twice the amount you'd get in a Taco Bell crunch wrap. I'm not a tomato guy, so there is no tomatoes. So some people are probably, where's that?
Do you like ketchup?
Huh?
Do you like ketchup?
Yeah, I like pasta. Yeah, I like pizza sauce. I like
that's all fucking stupid shit. That's some dumb shit right there.
I don't like raw tomatoes.
That's like not liking apples, but liking apple juice. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it.
That's not. Those are like the worst comparisons.
It's like
you taking a tomato and then adding like a million ingredients to it, and then that's finally like
a million.
Oh yeah, go buy pasta sauce at the store and tell me there's not 30 ingredients on there.
I mean, everything has a novel of ingredients, but
yeah, and that's what it takes to make tomatoes taste good. I can't do the raw, man. I don't get them on burgers. I can't,
Really?
That's me. That's me. There's nothing wrong with that. There's probably plenty of people that don't get
I know there is.
And there's probably people that don't eat, they'll get it without lettuce, even though lettuce adds no flavor, really. But anyways, yeah, you got your ground beef there. You got the nacho cheese, you got the shredded cheese, sour cream, of course, lettuce, the little tostada shell in there.
It looks good. It looks good.
They were delightful. And that's how it should be. That's not what that you would get at, because remember when we compared photos from what I got at Taco Bell, the French fries? Oh man.
Yeah, you're pretty disappointed.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I got you. But I know we have a guest this week, and before we get into that,
you already brought him on.
I know. I hit the button, and fucking this whole thing just went to shit. So apologize for that, but got a little sneak peek if you're paying attention. But be sure to follow us at TSP_2019 on all of our social platforms, at Instagram, TikTok, and X. That's where you're going to get all the latest clips, drops, information, anything like that. I know Bobby and myself were talking about possibly working on a vlog this summer, so that's going to be great news. Hopefully we can get a camera in the casino, because I've been jonesing. I'm fiending, Bobby, like a addict, and I'm not, but fiending, and I get going in there. I'm not sure what the rules are with casinos and cameras, but I don't see why not. Anyways,
and we might go see my boy.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Day,
yeah.
Who I believe lost 16-0 last night. Crazy.
Worst home shutout in franchise history. With that roster, with that money, with those Bucks flying around, inexcusable.
Without a doubt, yeah. I mean, especially because they came out in the season and crushed the Cubs with ease. So
That's
yeah, they
baseball
took a
for you,
night
man.
off, I guess. But maybe because there's 6,000 games in a season, maybe they're just like, yeah,
Yeah, but that would
whatever.
be cool. That'd be my first MLB experience, going to the Cleveland Guardians and Dodgers game there in May. I believe that was May, right? Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day.
So yeah,
Memorial Day.
that'd be a great time, good time. So stay lookout for
But
that.
Dylan, let's bring our guys back on screen this week for episode 203. This is somebody that kind of collabed with us for our big 200th stream that we're still riding the high on. We were able to give away, I believe, 3 or 4 bottles of Gator bait barbecue sauce that the folks that I think I got the list here on the bottom. Scroll up here. Our boy Remy the Snack God, Matt Smith, who basically won everything, and then our other boy Al Geisel. They all 3 of them won sauces, and yeah, they love it so much so that it's been moving around in the group chats. We got other friends buying bundles, and other friends that are definitely intrigued and doing the same, which I love. We love to support local businesses and all that stuff like that. So we had to get him on here because I want to learn more about the whole process, Dylan. So this week for episode 203, we got Malcolm Fowlkes from Gator Bait Barbecue. Malcolm, appreciate you giving us some of your time on a Sunday and joining us for episode 203. How we doing, man?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Can't complain at all. Sun shining. Wish this cold weather would finally go away, but at least we're getting closer. So
yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I call it Gator Bait season.
Yeah, man. So we talked a little bit off air. That we kind of have some mutual friends. Sean Creighton, our guy that we had on a few weeks ago, Hollywood Sav, a lot of the guys that I was able to meet and become friends with down in BG. And you said, yeah, you went to school with Sean at BGSU, and then kind of rubbed shoulders with Sav and those guys as well.
Yes, sir. Yeah, well, BG, BG connect everybody. So
yeah,
those my boys back then. Still cool with them today. So it's
great people, man. They're some of the best people that I've ever met. They're awesome.
For sure. Yeah, they've been since it's been about 15 years now, longer than that for real. So.
I know, man. We're all getting old, man.
Yeah,
so.
for real. Yeah, you see these
yeah. Oh yeah, I got them all up top for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Wake up with a new sore muscle somewhere. But
yeah, for real.
Yeah, man. I seen, because Sean, speaking of, he had posted, maybe it was a year or two, probably during the summer. He had his grill on, and he had a couple bottles of this, this stuff called Gator Bait Barbecue, and I think he posted or shotted your Instagram out. So yeah, I immediately followed and kind of took a look and basically bought off the strength of that post alone. And yeah, I think I got like a bundle. I think it was a couple bottles of sauce. I think it was a regular hot, and then a bottle of rub.
Oh yeah.
And I was hooked from there, man. I've made a couple orders, and I knew so much so because around here, like a lot of my friends, I am kind of like the grilling aficionado, so my word kind of holds a little weight. So I told some of my friends what's going on, and then when me and D'Lo were planning the big 200 stream, I'm like, we're gonna do a wheel of giveaways and stuff. We had to try to get some of that on there, and you obliged, and then we made sure to buy a few extras because I wanted to give away a bunch because I think it's good stuff, man. And the ones that got to win agree as well. And another one of my buddies went ahead and bought a bundle as well, and I think he's also like you, waiting for the weather to break so he can finally give it all a try. But I want to jump to the beginning, man, and I want to jump to, because you're from the Midwest, so I'm interested where you came up with the name Gator Bait.
Oh yeah, so my nickname is actually Gator.
Okay.
I'm actually the fourth. My dad and grandpa, my grandpa and great grandpa, they went by William, which is our first name, and then my dad went by Malcolm, which is our middle name, and then Gator was just kind of they started calling me that since birth, basically. It was actually one of my great grandfather's nicknames because he used to fish a lot. So they kind of just like gave it to me, and then literally my whole family calls me Gator. Actually, one of my cousins didn't even know my name was Malcolm until like Facebook. So I was like, no way, you know, my real name was Gator. But yeah, so that was always been my nickname. And then I was like asking my dad what I should name my sauce, and he was like Gator Bait, like literally instantly. I was like, oh damn, that's actually perfect. So started working with that. I don't know if you know Jordan Arnell. He used to be in BG a lot too, but he actually did my logo and everything.
Okay.
So you know the BG connects is always there. So
Yeah, I was interested because you know, you see a name like that, you first thing you kind of think, at least for me, is like, you know, Florida based or southern based. So you know, when you said you were from the Midwest, I was like, all right, I'm interested. I got to know what where the name comes from on that.
I was
yeah,
immediately thinking Florida.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll say most people do. My like my grandparents and great grandparents are from Mississippi, so
Okay.
it is, you know, got, you know, the southern roots. But yeah, I've only been there once. It's just the name just stuck with me and worked out perfectly.
I wonder if the Gator Bait name itself might give it some more weight as far as from a marketing standpoint. Because, like, you know, like you always think barbecues and stuff like that are always coming from a southern standpoint. That
Uh-huh.
Gator Bait kind of gives that that hold, but with some, because you, like you said, it has southern roots attached. You have
Mhm.
southern roots attached to the company, but also have that Midwest taste flavor as well.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like a sweeter sauce, so it kind of does work with the southern thing because, you know, everything's a little bit sweeter down south.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. So coming up with, you know, barbecue sauces and rubs, I mean, obviously that means, you know, as you were growing up, you must have been, you know, into the grilling, smoking, and the whole nine, right?
oh yeah, for sure. It was, I mean, nonstop in my house. My dad was a really like 600 pounds. Like he was a really big dude. So he would
Okay.
always cook like everything for everybody. And then he kind of got to a point where he wasn't as mobile. So he would just pretty much sit at the table and like tell me what to do in the kitchen. And then I just started just doing that for, you know, years and years, how I really started cooking. And then just playing around with sauce. I'm a sauce guy myself, just condiments in general.
Yep.
So,
Same.
you know, messing around with sauce in the kitchen for years kind of was what got me to actually make the sauce. And then the rub is actually my dad's recipe. I did the sauce and he did the rub. So then after he passed, I just kind of took on both and just made it like a one company. So
Nice. So
Okay.
these sauces are more of like a family hand downs recipe, or is more like crafted to your own style?
the sauce is my own style, and then the rub was my dad's recipe.
Nice.
For his sauce, I think he used to mix a couple. I forget which one he used to use. He used to like take one and kind of doctor it up, and then I started kind of trying to figure out how to just do it from scratch. Because, you know, I mean, if we gonna be making it, it might as well, you know, profit off of it instead of
Yeah, for sure. For sure. If you're good at something, don't do it for free, they say. Um,
exactly.
yeah, definitely. Now, what goes in the process of crafting all these different types of flavors and probably naming them as well? I kind of think of like the video of what was it, Bobby? Is it like the Baskin Robbins? Not Baskin. Maybe it's not Baskin Robbins. Maybe it was Baskin Robbins. Ice cream. It was an ice cream place where they were
Cold
like in this.
Stone?
No, no, it might have been Baskin Robbins. It was like this old dude who would taste all these flavors to make sure that they're perfect. It's like this. He was like wearing a white coat, lab coat, and everything, making these crafting these flavors. And he has like this silver spoon, and he he takes it upside down, and he's tasting it, and he's doing the whole thing. And he's like getting all the fucking flavor, all the taste. So like, you put the lab coat on in the kitchen when you're crafting these sauces.
Yeah, basically a lot of trial and error for sure. It's just years and years of, you know, trying different things and different flavors. I personally like it a lot more spicier than my sauce is. So like usually ones that I make at home are like double, triple the heat, but you know, I had to make it family friendly. So
Sure.
but yeah, it was something that I kind of I used to always cook a lot just for like friends, family and stuff, coworkers. And I would make stuff with the sauce, and like people would always be like, "Man, you should start selling this." And then I was like, well, maybe I should." And then I actually started. I had little mason jars, like little 8-ounce mason jars, that I would like take to barber shops and stuff like that, and just like sell them just like that. And eventually, I grew to like, you know, bottles. The one I need to redo my website, but the ones that you'll see on my website with the like kind of sticker on them, and then now I got like the legit labels. Go to like I get them made at like a co-packing manufacturer, so it's a lot more legit now. Because before I was just doing everything at my house, and it was one extremely time consuming because trying to make 200 bottles on Saturday and Sunday so you can sell them throughout the week, like it was ridiculous. So now it's good. I can just place the order, go pick them up, and get moving. So
nice.
Who or what would you say would be your biggest influence in this whole process? Would you say it's your dad, or you got a couple other people that?
yeah, probably my dad. Me and him just always cooked all the time, and he was one of those people. Our house was like one of those like open door houses where everybody you can stop by on Sunday and get a meal at any point, pretty much, or anytime during the week. Really, we always had food going, so it was kind of like that. It was just a good bonding experience with me and him, but then also just a good community experience to have family and friends stop by. So I just kind of like try to carry on his legacy with that and make sure that if there's one thing people gonna remember about me is they ate good with me. So
Well, our buddy Walter Johnson, he has an account on TikTok, Michigan Barbecue Addicts, and one of his top slogans is "Never trust a skinny chef."
for real.
You know what I mean? So that's always usually kind of seems to be the case.
No,
So.
seriously though. Only one I trust is what's her name? Teeny.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The only one.
Yeah, her mac and cheese is. I made that actually for one of the holidays. I think it
Yeah,
was Christmas
it's
or
fire.
Thanksgiving. It was the truth. Took forever, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
What's been like some of your biggest obstacles, you would say, getting into like the business side of things and getting legit? And I know like you probably had to kind of tweak some things going from like putting it in mason jars to actually bottling up to sell and send out and stuff. I know you got to kind of mess with some of that stuff.
Yeah, I would say mostly really the financial aspect of it was the biggest part for me because, making it at home, I can go whip up a batch and make, 20 bottles, sell them, make a couple more batches after that. But when we started, getting it in large quantities, because when we order them, we have to order I got to order like 600 bottles at a time. So it's like, if it's a slow, like how the winter time been slow, that's kind of hit you hard. But then once it starts to pick up in the spring and summer, then it gets a lot better. But just that, and just getting everything like a lot of like the licenses and stuff like that was difficult. It kind of deterred me because I'm like, man, this is just so much paperwork and stuff. But then once I actually started going to my co-packer, they actually had I think you pay them, I forget how much it was, but they will actually take care of like all of the licenses and FDA approvals and stuff like that for you and stuff. So it was like once I got with them, everything has been smooth sailings for real. So just really, I would say the hardest part now is just trying to grow it and get it in more stores. I'm in a couple of stores out here in Columbus, but trying to just get it in more places and in front of more people, because I feel like it's like one of those things, like once you taste it, you understand like how good it is. But before that, it's just like, somebody talking about sauce. So
How is that?
Go ahead, Don.
I was gonna say, how is that a competitive market? Because I mean, as you go down a sauce aisle, there's so many different brands, and you have these restaurants now even making their sauces available on shelves at stores. How does that competitive market? How do you attack that competitive market from like a shelf placement standpoint, or even just like you said, getting into the newer stores?
I try to. So what I've been doing is I'll take some up, or I'll like contact someone, and then I'll try to send them some bottles so they can taste it for themselves. Because usually once they do, then they'll be like, what, this is pretty good. We'll try it out. And I like to go to stores that like to support small businesses and local businesses, because a lot of them they'll have like it's like a local business section. So I'll try to do that. One of the stores here that I'm in now is called Mac on Furnishings, and they sell like all Ohio products only. So it's like little stores like that are a lot easier. The bigger stores are definitely like, your Walmart, Kroger, stuff like that are They are tough to get in for sure. I've reached out to a few of them. I sent my sauce to a couple of them too, but I haven't gotten any responses just yet. But like the smaller stores, I don't know if you guys have heard of Rally House. They have like they just sell all Ohio State clothes.
Yep.
So somebody from there actually tried my sauce at like a farmer's market or something, and they ended up reaching out to me and putting it in all of their Columbus locations. So once once they do try it, I feel like it's a lot easier. But before that, it's hard. But I will say with the farmers markets and stuff, I'm usually one of like the only barbecue people. So that usually helps out a lot. And I always have samples too. So, people walking around like, what does that smell? And it's the sauce. So they'll come down. I do like pulled chicken, give them samples of that. So, but yeah, the markets are, I would say, a lot easier because it's a lot less competition than the major stores, but the smaller like local stores and stores that sell like Ohio products and local products, North Markets, Lucky Markets. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Columbus area that much, but they help a lot.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like we're Meyer boys, Bobby. So I'm surprised. Like with them just being local region store, they're not they're not all over the United States. So that could be your next store that you could probably attack and get in.
I'm trying. That was actually one of them. I sent some too. So
yeah, fingers crossed, dude.
Yeah,
it'd be big.
So, yeah,
real big.
Soon.
Especially, because I mean you're in Columbus, so come fall, tailgate season's big. So
for sure,
if you figure out how to tackle that, that market, you'd be all set there. Have you turned is the Gator Bay Barbecue like an LLC now? Like you got everything trademarked and all that stuff too? Nice.
Yes, sir. Yeah, everything's I had to because I'm like, man, it's starting to blow up a little more.
Yeah.
It actually when I first released my website, I sent my website to my friend to just look at, and then he ended up posting it on Facebook, and then I was like, oh shoot, well I guess we live. And then I think I had like 200 bottles when I first started, like when I first released my website, and I think I sold like 600 like that first week, and I was like, oh,
nice.
This is so it just
was a whole batch, right?
Yeah. So it was, I mean, the first batch took me a while. Everybody was getting their packages like 2-3 months later. So, but now that I got a co-packer, I'm like, okay, yeah, 1 week it's there. if that really, especially if people are local, then it's day or two. So
you got to try to and maybe you probably already have, but maybe try to get back down by the alma mater and get in some of them stores and stuff.
Yeah, so last year I actually when I was went for homecoming, I just took a couple of cases and I literally was just like walking around the tailgates and just like passing them out with my card. So I'm gonna do that again and then try to hit up a couple of stores.
You gotta get a couple of bottles of Eddie George.
Yeah, for real.
That'd be cool, right?
Hey, that was a huge signing for us. I couldn't.
Yeah, BG's they're gonna be great, man. I'm hoping because we were talking about we're Browns fans. I'm really hoping we can get Harold Fannin Jr. on on the draft.
Oh yeah,
I was such a big fan of him last season.
Yeah,
he was incredible.
He's good.
Yeah, man.
I'm excited for this draft. That's what I thought you was gonna say when you said in a couple weeks. But yeah, I'm extremely excited for the draft. I hope my Falcons don't mess it up this year.
Yeah.
And there was a mock draft that had us trading back into the first round with the Falcons.
Oh no, please don't. We need D-line at all costs.
Yeah. I think it was Todd McShay who had that one because I think you guys bought pick 15 or something like that. So
yeah,
we trade. We'll give you the 33rd and a couple of our, I think like a second next year or something like that, and a third round pick this year. And we were going to give back up into the first round to get our quarterback after we draft Travis Hunter at number 2.
See, as a Falcons and Bulls fan, I feel like my teams just love to be mediocre. Like I don't know why they never try to go for the championship. They just like to just stay mid. So I could definitely see us doing something like that. I feel like we've been picked like 15 through 20 forever, besides the the early ones we've had, but we haven't done anything with those. So
y'all had Brady on the ropes and then let him come back 28-3, man. That's still the craziest thing.
You know what's worse? What's the worst part about that is my birthday is March 28th. So literally every 3/28, some people is like, "Happy 3/28 day," and I'm like, "Oh my god, not again!"
Brutal. what would you say? We'll go on both sides here. What are maybe some of your short term goals, and then we'll hit maybe some of your long term as well. What you got going on?
Short term, just to try to get in as many stores as possible. I would say, well, this is kind of a long term one, I guess, but I do want to do a food truck eventually.
Okay.
Maybe within the next like 3 or 4 years, I want to kind of transition from like, everyday 9 to 5 to doing like a food truck. So I definitely want to do that. And then hopefully I want to get to where it's like self-sufficient here in Ohio, and maybe go to like a bigger, like a Texas or something like that, and grow it down there as well. But yeah, I'll just trying to grow it as much as possible, and then do a food truck and maybe a restaurant one day, and just, take on the full entrepreneurship instead of it being a side job. So
one of my favorite things too is because I've had a couple orders, and I know when you do blow up, you probably won't be able to do this because you just won't have the time. But you hand write notes
oh yeah.
in each of the orders, which I think is pretty cool. With like, and it's very, very personable. The notes that you sent, our friends at One Bottles, you shouted us out too, which was awesome. And like I said, it's legitimately handwritten note, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So like I said, obviously, when you guys become, fully legit in an actual, you guys are in stores and stuff, you won't be able to do that no more. So it's kind of cool to get in right now.
Yeah, I hope to, and I kind of take pride in doing that, because I want people to, know that they're not just like a customer. Like I really, appreciate them supporting me and my endeavor. So I definitely try to. Even my mom was like, "Dude, your hand's gonna be hurting after writing all these notes for." I'm like, I mean, it is what it is. Like I just feel like,
because you said when the website opened, you had 600 bottles orders. So
yeah, it was crazy.
You could have been writing for days.
No, literally. That's what she said it too. Because I'm like, man, these notes are. But I mean, I feel like it's worth it though, because people always appreciate them, always mention them. So, and I like to do it I'm a very personable person, so it's just kind of fitting with my
it's a nice touch, man.
whole
Yeah,
family
it's cool.
atmosphere.
Yeah, without a doubt. Are you? Because I know obviously right now you're focused on and just kind of growing the business and getting into more shops and in front of more people. But at the same time, are you doing some stuff on the sides for some potential new sauces and down the line, rubs, or maybe thinking of some ideas?
Yeah, I got I actually have a spicy rub now as well. I haven't put it on my website yet, because I'm just gonna wait till I redo the whole website.
Yeah.
But I have the spicy rub now, and then my grandma really, really wants me to make a honey barbecue, so I'll probably end
Okay.
up doing that
That's a good idea.
and a spicier sauce. So I'm trying to think of some clever names to go with them, because we always say that spicy is Ohio spicy, because it's got like a little kick.
Yeah, I agree.
So just trying to think of some different, more clever names, but I definitely want to do a spicier sauce and a honey barbecue, and then I got the spicy rub that's already out. I think I want to do, well, I do make a ranch as well, like myself, but I just don't sell it because I mean, there's no way to keep it cold for me, and I mean, everything I use is fresh ingredients for it, so it has to stay cold. So it's like that's a little trickier for me, but so maybe way down the line, or like, once I do my restaurant, it'll be. But
Let me ask you this: is it better than Wingstop Ranch?
man, honestly, it's up there, I will say, because that was my inspiration for actually making own ranch, because their ranch is the best ranch of all time. Like so it was like I was, I don't want to have to go there and get it, or order wings just to have it. I mean, even though obviously I love wings, but it's like if I can just make it at my, especially they're charging like $5 for a thing. I'm like, $5, I can make the whole thing down there. So so I'll make it all the time, and it never lasts more than like 3 days at our house, and it'll be.
Is it the same consistency too? Like it's kind of looser, or is it?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. That stuff is incredible, man.
Is there like a maybe like a signature sauce in the works, like a Gator sauce, Gator bait sauce?
Hey, that's actually a good idea. Like a barbecue ranch would be a good idea too. I might have to throw that in the mix too. I'll have to
Oh, yeah.
talk to my co-packer and see what if they can think of some stuff to keep it, shelf sustainable. Because right
Yeah,
now,
you don't want to be like that pink sauce lady.
exactly,
That was brutal.
exactly. And then my
Yeah.
girl will kill me if I got a refrigerator full of ranches.
Right. Yeah, you got to let me know when that spicy rub goes up for sale, man. I got to try that, and I'm definitely interested in because I like the spicy barbecue sauce you got now because there's a little kickback there. But I'm like you, man. I do like a little more heat.
Yeah,
Nothing to where like
buttons.
I'm not. 'Cause some of these people, they like the stuff where like all you got is heat. There's no flavor. I don't like that. I like if there's
Yeah,
flavor and there's a kick too. That's right up my alley. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
like
I
I'll
like
take a
it
burn
too.
as long as it tastes good too. But if all you're tasting is like heat, like those crazy people that get like whatever that top sauce is at beat ups, like they'll just get that. I think it's blazing. It's like I heard that don't even taste good. It's just hot. I
It
don't like that.
really is. My
Yeah.
uncle got that one time, and it was so hot. He asked for the manager. He was like, "These are entirely too hot." Like, bro, you ordered
you got
them.
blazing. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, man.
that's how I like it though. Like if I'm not sweating, my nose running, like it's not
Yeah.
hot enough. Like I need it to be extra hot.
Yeah, man, for sure. When do you think you'll have the new website ready to roll?
I'll probably end up doing it this summer. Especially since I'm working on getting some new shirts and stuff made.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I was gonna
once
ask
I
about
get
that.
those, my other uncle, he actually has a company that makes like clothes and stuff. So I'm gonna have him do a bunch of shirts, and then I'm gonna get those. Once I get those made, then I'll probably do like some more pictures and stuff for the website and get the. I also want to get my rub redone as well, like the label and stuff on that. So it's a lot of process, but it'll probably be good this summer once I get a couple of farmers markets under my belt, so I can make the money I just spent on all these bottles back.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, people can still use the current website.
Oh yeah. It's still up and running. Yeah, it's just the sauce just won't look like it'll. I got a bottle here, but these are like my legit labels and everything, and the ones that's on the website just got like kind of a sticker on the front. So these are much more. It's much better product that you'll receive than you see on the site. So
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, there it is.
oh yeah.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
the white.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So those are the ones I got before. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, so those are my originals, and then I had some more after that, which was white labels that were similar to that, but they kind of wrapped around though. And then now the ones I got now are like legit. I went to paid somebody to do them instead of doing everything myself. So it's kind of a work. I mean, definitely costs a lot more, but it's worth it in the end because it's a much better product now. So.
I got you.
And then if you go down a little bit, that I do got shirts that's on there already.
Oh,
So
look at that.
I'll get some more redone and get it, little crispier. So just trying to get as professional as I can.
There we got.
Yeah, the
got that
website
bundle
itself
cart?
already is legit.
Yeah, man. My one of my buddies from high school actually made it. He has a clothing line, and I was like, yeah, I need to get your expertise. So he ended up making it for me, and it was perfect.
They got shop. Was that shop pay? So you can pay in installments, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
It don't
man.
get easier than that. Easier than that. That variety pack there. Now that new spicy. I just lost my train of thought there. That you're working on it. Yeah, the spicy rub. Thank you. That's going to have. Is that going to be added to the variety pack, or is it going to have its own special spicy bundle?
It'll probably be on the variety pack, and you'll just choose either original or spicy.
Nice.
And even now, if anybody ever wants the spicy, once you place the order, if you like put it in notes or send me an email or text message or something, and say you want the spicy instead, like I can just swap them out. So, and then even for the variety packs, like if you wanted 2 spices and 1 rub instead of 1 of each sauce, like I can always. I'm real flexible, especially since I pack everything myself. So
Nice. We have
And
to
I
work out like
actually, they're not on there as well, but I actually just got gallon sizes. So,
like a TSP discount
Gallon.
code.
Okay.
no, right?
Ah.
Yeah,
I tried.
Yeah,
yeah,
Dylan, you gotta try you some, man.
Oh, for
yeah.
sure.
The
Those
gallon
bottles.
ones they're $50 for the gallon ones, but they hold 10 bottles, so it's a little cheaper for the customer for sure, because it's you get way more sauce for your money. So
Now we're talking about possibly getting into not just the small market stores, but maybe your Costco's and Sam's Clubs.
yeah, and actually there's this restaurant called Ox Bees. It's like a chicken restaurant here in Columbus. They got, I think, 7 locations now, and they actually in May they're going to have it in my sauce and all of
Yeah,
their
because you won the tournament
Yep. So
2 years
Nice.
in a row, I think, right?
yep, Sauce Madness. So
Yeah,
Oh.
I've seen that. I was voting on that. So yeah, you were
I
crushing the
appreciate it.
competition.
It was crazy, man. It was crazy. My family really showed up for me. Like I think that second round I was down like 70 votes the day like the last day to vote, and then we ended up winning by like 50 votes, like because like everybody just started going crazy on it. And then the second round I didn't even get to promote because I was working. I had picked up a second job, so I was working both jobs, so I didn't get to promote. And then by the time I got off and looked at it, I was already up like 100 votes, and I was like, oh my god, like this is crazy. So
It's like,
yeah, all May they're gonna be in there. They're gonna have it on the menu, so I'm excited.
So we'll have some people watching and stuff interested. If somebody was like, all right, what would you say is the best thing to put the sauce on? What would you say?
I would say if you like to grill, I would definitely say ribs. But if you don't, because I just like we spoke earlier, I was in an apartment for about 5 or 6 years before moving into a house, and we couldn't have grills. So I would do air fried chicken with the rub and the sauce. Oh my god, that was like one of my go-tos every time. And then I also do so for the markets I do I'll do pulled chicken, and you can either do it on the smoker. If you don't have a smoker, you can do it in the crock pot and just cook it, season it with the rub, put a little chicken base, cook it until if I do it in the crock pot, I usually do it for about 8 hours on low or high, or 4 hours on high. And it literally would just shred with the tongs, and then just put it in the pan with the sauce. But that's one of my go-tos. Put that on like some of the sweet Hawaiian rolls.
Ooh,
It's
there we go.
fire. But yeah, definitely that. I would say ribs for the grill, chicken for the air fryer, and then pulled chicken for like smokers or crock pots.
Now here's the big question. Now you're hitting up the boys. But all right, I'm barbecuing today. Come through. What's the signature Malcolm dish? What you doing on the
Man,
grill?
so I definitely always do ribs and chicken on the grill for sure. I just got my smoker out yesterday, so I'm ready to do. I haven't tried them yet, but I'm planning on doing the dino ribs, the huge
Oh yeah,
boys.
the beef ones. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be my go-to. That and brisket once I get the smoker up and running and everything. I mean, it's good to go now. I just literally set it up yesterday though, so I haven't been able to use it yet. But yeah, that's going to be my go-to though, because I love brisket, and I mean ribs, of course. I try not to eat as much pork though, so I'm really looking forward to trying those dino beef ribs. But I usually always do chicken ribs now, at least chicken and ribs on the grill. And then my mac and cheese is like probably one of my signature dishes. Well, it is my signature dish outside of my.
Oh damn.
So,
Better than Teeny's.
it's up there. I ain't gonna. She a professional, so I ain't gonna say all
That's
that.
the.
But,
She's the final boss.
yeah,
She's
but
the
it's
final
like
boss.
my dad's.
You charcoal guy?
Yeah,
Oh boy.
for now.
Okay. Yep. Yes, sir.
So I'm trying to
That's how you gotta do it.
once I get the smoker going, I'm trying to start doing with the wood chips and stuff like
Yep.
that. So this will
Yep.
be my first experience with those, because every other smoker I had was just kind of like a like charcoal smoker that just had the straight up
Yep.
thing. So it was like my dad's old one. So I'm excited to start this.
So I'm doing it today. I got Dylan and a couple people hip, and maybe you already tried it before, but they call it poor man's brisket.
Yeah, I
It's like
heard
a
you
chuck
talking about
roast.
that before. I haven't
Yeah.
had it before.
because obviously it shaves off like 70% of the time, because a brisket can take up to 18, 20 hours because they're humongous. With a chuck roast, they're usually like 2 to 4 pounds, so you'll cook it the same style, but it takes way less time and yields basically the same results. And sometimes it's a little cheaper, although these days there's not a humongous price difference. But when chuck roasts are on sale, that's kind of been my move, just because I do love I love eating brisket and stuff, but it just takes a full day.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm
yeah,
not.
you gotta try it sometime, man. It's pretty similar, and yeah, it doesn't take nearly as much time. I like doing that.
I'm definitely gonna try it because I've had this offset smoker for like 5 years now, but since I've been in an apartment, I haven't been able to use it yet. So I'm definitely gonna try it, and I'd rather try it on that before getting like a real brisket and spending all that money. And like when I was looking at the lino ribs, I was like, damn, $70 for 3 ribs, like
yeah, man, yeah, they're
so
crazy.
I'm like, let me practice first before I go full into the deep end.
Yeah, man, 100%. Got a couple more things for you. Let everyone know the socials, the website, so they can kind of drive some traffic your way.
Yeah, so my my website is gatorbaitbarbecuesauce.com, and barbecue is BBQ, so gatorbaitbbqsauce.com, and then all my social medias is Gatorbait BBQ Sauce, and just my name, Malcolm Fowlkes, Malcolm Baby on Instagram and Twitter or X now. But yeah, Malcolm Baby. I used to have Gatorbait Barbecue Twitter too, but they banned me. So
Oh, what?
I know, it was crazy. It was the wildest thing. They said they flagged me for using the N-word, and I was like, I'm black. Like, what do you mean? And it was like racial discrimination or something. I'm like, as much wild stuff is on Twitter.
That's crazy. Yeah, the stuff that I see on that
Thank
website.
you. That's what I said. And I like sent them a picture of me, like, bruh, what you mean? And then they just like they just never responded. So my original Twitter got banned. So I just went to my other one, Malcolm Baby, which is also my personal IG name, and then Gator Barbecue Sauce is my sauce, and this Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So
yeah. And I know you probably already juggle enough things, but TikTok's kind of the wave, man. I mean, it seems to be. I mean, you got to be consistent, but like growth over there is pretty nuts. So
yeah, I'm trying to get into it. I'm not. It's the editing that's for me. I can make the videos and stuff, but the editing is not for me. So hopefully I can get. Well, I'm gonna ask my girl if she can do it. She don't know yet, but because she does like wigs and makeup and stuff like that for herself. So I'm gonna just ask her if she can throw mine in there with her. So
yeah, man. There it is. Let's see where we're at here. Oh, yeah. So I got to get into this too, because I learned this about you before we got on. You're living in Columbus as a Michigan Wolverines fan.
Yes,
Crazy,
sir.
Dangerous territory for that. But like you said, I mean, you're out here, walking around in the gear. So I got to respect you for that.
Yeah,
man.
There's
a lot of people. I don't think that would do that. They'd probably kind of be, behind closed doors wearing their gear, living down there. So
well, I was for a little bit, as bad as we were for all those years. So now I'm glad I can at least rep again. But it was like when I was I don't know, I'm from Indiana originally, and I feel like it was probably because when I started watching football was when Charles Woodson was at Michigan, and I feel like ever since then I just been a fan. And then once we moved to Columbus, it was like, oh damn, well, I mean, that's already a rival that you can never switch from anyways. But it was like, everybody hate us, I'm still gonna love us. So I just had to keep repping them. And I'm glad we finally got our championship, even though y'all wanted to get it taken from us.
yeah, it's not been a fun 3 years, that's for sure. But at the same time, I mean, we had our little like 10-year run, so that's just kind of how the rivalry goes. It's like 3-4 year runs, and then the other team will swap. So hopefully
and
next
y'all
year
got y'all ship now, so y'all good.
It's crazy, and the wild thing is like Ohio State completely dominated the playoffs, like every game. But for some reason that day in Columbus, man, when you guys came to town, you guys just shut them down. It's nuts. That
We
game was
woke y'all
wild.
up. That's
You know,
really
yeah.
owe that to us.
I don't know why. I mean,
We
if I
woke
was a
y'all
coach,
up,
I just would have been like, throw it to Jeremiah Smith every play. Most
man.
likely he'll have it.
No, we're just
Honestly,
gonna keep
that
running it.
was made me the. I think the worst angry I've been this season is when I found out that he was only a freshman, and I was like, we got 3 more years of this. Like, I don't want no parts of that, man. He is amazing. I am ready for him to be
Hopefully.
on my fantasy football team, though. But
Yeah, he's gonna be. He could go to the NFL today.
yeah,
He's
for real.
incredible.
Yeah,
19 years old.
He's
Yeah,
they
dude,
have
he's really
Christian
good.
coming too. It's gonna be a problem.
Hopefully we'll keep him. You know, I mean, not now with the NIL. You know, there's gonna be people coming with like the bags, big
yeah,
bags.
for
So,
real.
You already seen. You already seen what happened with that Tennessee quarterback?
Yeah.
He was making like 2.4 million, and he's like, "No, I want 4." And Tennessee's like, "No." He's like, "Nope, you're done."
I mean, when we paying Bryce Underwood 12 mil, so I kind of understand.
Now, did Dave Portnoy have anything to do with that?
Yeah, he did. Him and that
yeah, that's what I thought.
The billionaire guy
From Barstool.
Yeah, no, it's a different one. His
okay.
I forget his name, but his wife actually went to Michigan, which is crazy. He had no ties to Michigan, but his wife went there during the Brady Hoke years. And I guess she said like she never wanted to experience that again. So he invested like 20 million into our it's like I think it's Daniel something. I'll have to look his name, but yeah, it was crazy. Him and Portnoy though are the two. They're my guys now.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like the Wild Wild West out here, man, with this NIL stuff. I feel like in the next couple of years they're gonna be coming down with some major regulations, but
Larry Ellison, that's his name.
Okay.
He's like one of like top 5 richest people in the world or something like that.
You guys are set then.
Yeah,
that's in your back pocket.
Shout out to his wife, I guess.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be interesting. But hopefully at the same time, I mean, obviously, BGSU is in kind of a different spot, being in like the MAC and stuff. But I think with having a guy like Eddie George running the squad, that's gonna help big time with recruiting.
For sure.
Hopefully they'll keep it going, man. It's kind of I've always kind of had them, I had a soft spot for them just because I didn't go to BG, but like I frequented. I was down there with my friends, hitting up 149 and all the local spots on the weekends, tearing it up. So
man, we can. I feel like with him as a coach, we could really take over the MAC. So that would be. I mean, when I was in school, it wasn't really a good team, really. So I'm glad that they are finally getting there.
Yeah, 100%. That man, Toledo's been pretty solid too. So it's good to see the local squads getting after it, without a doubt. And yeah, hopefully we see you up here, man. Plugging the sauces and getting into a few of them spots down there, or like once you get that food truck, man, pulling up to the tailgates, because I think if you can ever do that, then you'll be booming.
Yeah, that's the plan, man. I mean, that's just hopefully within the next 3 years. My goal is to spring of 2028. So that's the goal. So we'll keep grinding it out, trying to get there, trying to perfect all my recipes and my smoking and grilling. So especially now that I can actually do it safely without worrying about getting kicked out of my apartment. So
yeah, for sure. We're gonna have to get down to Columbus, because I'm gonna have to see if this ranch you talk about is competition over here for Wingstop. That's
gotta fly.
That's
the worst part about
right there, man. Well, see what's going on, man. It's Gator Bait Ranch, possibly.
Yeah, man, it's fire. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I mean, I literally made it just because I love Wingstop Ranch so much. So that's funny that you say Wingstop.
I'm looking forward to the signature sauce coming out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
barbecue ranch or something.
Yeah, man. A little spice in there too.
Yeah.
I'd be filling that one up by the cup, like cane sauce.
Yeah, one of my friends, he said he was like, man, I kept finding myself going down there and just dipping the butter knife in the sauce and just licking it off. I'm like, bruh. I think the craziest thing I've heard though, my old boss said he put it on ice cream. I was like, bro, no way.
What?
Yeah, it was that and the vanilla wafers. Those were the two. I was like, you like it
Whatever.
too.
I mean, at least they're buying it, but
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
I guess
Like
you
when
put it
you
wherever you
put
want
on
after you
stuff
buy
like
it,
that,
but
you like it too much.
And if we
Wow.
do a spin the wheel challenge again, Bobby, maybe you have to do some shots of the Gator bait.
Oh yeah, there
Yeah,
you
I
go.
guess so. Especially whenever the hotter one comes out.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I have to send
Maybe
you a
even
bottle of that special.
because I mean, do you like a hot sauce guy yourself? Like actual, like
Yeah,
you
I
know, red
haven't
hot
made
or
any, but I
etc.
love. I mean, I put
Yeah.
hot sauce on everything. Like it's ridiculous. I used to have ulcers actually, but I still don't care.
What's what's your favorite hot sauce?
I'm a Frank's guy. I love
Yep.
Frank's. That's
Oh, yeah.
been my go-to for
It's good
forever.
flavor.
Yeah, it really is. And then the extra hot is usually my lane because it's hotter. But yeah, anything Frank's is count me in.
And you
Yeah,
know,
on our stream, I had a whole bottle of that extra hot, and on the wheel because I don't drink or alcohol or any of that stuff, so I wanted to be a part. So I had to take a shot of hot sauce. And I took 11 shots of hot sauce and drank the whole bottle, man. That my next day was pretty brutal, as you can
Oh, I
imagine.
bet.
Yeah, tough. But I got one more question for you before we get you out of here. It's one that we ask all our new guests that we have on, and that is, knowing what you know today, what is one thing you would tell your 18-year-old self?
I would probably say to work with my dad more. I feel like we did the sauce and the rub separately, and I feel like if we would have kind of tag teamed it a little bit more, it would have been a lot further than it is now, and a lot bigger as well. Because it was just kind of I mean, it was no animosity or nothing like that. It was just something, he specialized in that. I specialized in this. And then I was also living in Bowling Green, Michigan, stuff like that after college. So I wasn't really in Columbus a lot until like 2016, 2017, after school at least. So I would just say probably just taking more advantage of that because now that he's gone, it's like I wish he was here to do everything with me. I mean, even he's here in spirit, but it was something that like if I would love that bonding time. So I definitely look forward to doing that whenever I have a son. So
There we go. Maybe even do some kind of barbecue sauce, a signature sauce for him with his name or something. That'd be cool
right,
too.
for real. Yeah, by then I should definitely have a bunch of the line of sauces would be crazy. So
Yeah, man. I'm excited to see where it goes, man. It's been cool to kind of follow the journey. Like I said, I'm a fan of what you got so far, and I'm excited to see. You're talking about the spicy rubs, the spicy sauces, kind of see where it goes. And yeah, we'll definitely be supporting you along the way. Like I said, we'll plug you this week and obviously going forward. So, but yeah, we got to try to get down either to Columbus or whenever you make your way back up. Like you said, near the alma mater, you got to reach out and. We got to link up, man. Meet up
for
and
sure, I'm
yeah, man.
definitely going for. I'm not sure when BG's homecoming is this year, but I'll definitely be up there then. So, but I'm not sure when before that though. But I know in September I'll definitely be up there
There it is.
with a
Okay,
bunch of
so
sauce and hopefully a
we'll
tailgate.
figure that out, man. Get some of the old crew up there. I'm sure. I was talking actually to Sav recently because we were excited about Eddie George being the coach, and he was definitely saying he's definitely gonna make it back for homecoming and stuff. So that's probably gonna be one of the bigger homecomings I had in a few
Oh, for
years. I bet.
sure. Yeah,
I think it's just kind of there's some hype building over there. So
yeah, I'm excited. So I'm definitely planning
yeah.
on trying to get a tailgate going and get some food and barbecue going before the game. So
There it is. There it is, Dylan. But yeah, one more time, plug your socials and the website, and yeah, we'll get you out of here, man.
yep, GatorBaitBBQSauce.com, GatorBait BBQ. Here's my sauce. I do got my QR code on the side as well. So if you get a bottle, it's easy to remember. But yeah, my social media is GatorBait Barbecue Sauce, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. So yeah, definitely check it out. Check the website out. Updated website is coming soon. So don't but I'm excited. So
Those new bottles are fire, dude.
Appreciate it,
Because
man.
they're even a different shape now too, right?
Yeah, they
little
are.
more-
I ordered them, and I ordered 12-ounce ones, and when I got them, it was this, and I was like, because these are 14.5 ounces, and I was like, I think y'all guys messed up my order, but I had already had like 500 bottles, so I was like, I mean, I gotta sell them, and then I used to have them both out for different prices, like the original, the skinny ones like $8, and then the shorter ones $10. But everybody wanted the bigger ones, so I ended up just sticking with those and going with them. So yeah, I just moved them back up to the normal price.
Those are dope, man. Yeah, I like the new look for sure. The black and the red.
Yeah, for sure. Perks of going to somebody professional, I guess.
Yeah, without a doubt. But Malcolm, we'll get you out of here, man. We appreciate you joining us for episode 203, getting to kind of get the background of the business, the sauces, and we're big fans of what you put out so far, and we're excited to see where you go, man. So thanks again for joining us.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys having me.
Dylan, you know what time it is, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 203 in the books. Thanks again, Malcolm, for giving us some of your time to talk some Gator bait barbecue. Inspiration out there for entrepreneurs looking to endeavor and dive into some of their own sauces. There it is. Or anything that they want to, sell. Like we said earlier in the show, if you're good at something, don't do it for free. There's always a market out there. Just got to explore it. Take the leap, ladies and gentlemen. For myself and Bobby, hope you guys have a good week. Malcolm, thanks again. And we'll hope that you get the TSP rocket strapped on you, as we like to tell all of our guests there. So good luck with that. And take care, friends, for 204. Happy Easter next weekend. Have fun with your friends and family and have some good food. Take care.
Hey, I'll get that TSP discount code up there for you, too.